back to American Honey. Today I'm going to be talking about the Strait of Hormuz, Tucker Carlson, Artemis II, and an incident in Israel. Let's get into the rest of the episode. So honestly, all I have to say about the Iran war today is how ridiculous this Strait of Hormuz issue is. Because it's open, but then when we try and use it, it's closed. And then they have a blockade on us, so we can't use it. So Trump blockades their blockade. No one can use the Strait of Hormuz. It's really awful. Oil prices are skyrocketing. And I'm trying to go on a trip this summer, and jet fuel prices are skyrocketing. This is not good for anyone. And though it is this back and forth of open and close, is it ever really open if every time we try and use it, it closes again? Now last week we talked about Artemis II splashing down. And when they splashed down, an astronaut named Reed Wiseman had a spiritual encounter and even asked to speak to the chaplain.
I'm not really a religious person, but there was just no other avenue for me to explain anything or to experience anything. So I asked for the chaplain on the Navy ship to just come visit us for a minute. And when that man walked in, I'd never met him before in my life, but I saw the cross on his collar, and I broke down in tears. It's very hard to fully grasp what we just went through. And in these short, you just said it's been a week since we've been back, but it's been a week of medical testing, physical testing, doctors, science objectives. We have not had that decompression. We have not had that reflection time. So I'm basing this on what we saw. And when the sun eclipsed behind the moon, I think all four of us, I turned to Victor and I said, I don't think humanity has evolved to the point of being able to comprehend what we were looking at right now, because it was otherworldly and it was amazing.
I think this is absolutely incredible, especially because he describes himself as not a religious man. And to me it just shows that as mankind reaches in space and sees how great creation is, really, they're going into space and seeing creation from a different perspective. They get closer to God, and they land and they find God, and they get closer to Him, and they long for Him. I think that's pretty incredible. That when we see creation from a different perspective and that we see how great it is, we humble ourselves and think, I did not create this, the Lord did, and we long for Him. I think that's incredible. I'm so happy for this astronaut, and it just shows how incredible God really is. Now in Israel, an Israeli citizen and an Israeli soldier destroys a statue of Jesus. Now I want you to think about this, because if this was any other religion, maybe not Jewish, but for the most part, any other religion, this would be awful. The sky would fall, everyone would be freaking out, and everyone would feel the weight of this. But Christianity seems to be the religion that gets pushed around, can be pushed around. And I don't think it's because we Christians just let it happen, but the Bible tells us we are the most persecuted religion, and I'm seeing that in the news, I'm seeing that in everyday life. I think we're all seeing it as Christians. Now, the Israeli government and their military has come out and apologized for this and said that the statue will be replaced, and that's great. That's exactly what needs to happen. This soldier needs to be punished. And overall, this is awful. This should not be happening. And respecting Christianity should not be controversial, and it just seems to always be. Is it not controversial to respect Christianity? But not for any other religion, really. That should worry us and should concern us and should open our eyes. Now the final story is that Tucker Carlson says that he regrets misleading people into voting for Trump. Reportedly, he says supporting Trump in 2024, especially over foreign policy decisions like what's happening with Iran, He regrets misleading people is what he says. He says, although he misled people, it was not intentional. Now, to me, this begs the question of, would Kamala Harris have been better? Is that what he is saying? That Kamala Harris would have been better? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have said this just because Kamala Harris wouldn't have been better. I think Trump has been an incredible president, especially on foreign policy. I will say that this Iran strike and this whole Iran war was a risky move. And some, even myself, may have voted against it. But if this works out the way he wants it to, if this works out, period, it will be the most incredible foreign policy decision in my lifetime, probably in the history of our country. I mean, a regime change in the Middle East and Iran, and not letting Iran have a nuclear weapon is crucial. It's a risky move, though, and it's going to be hard. But Kamala Harris, she would have been better? Is that what Tucker's saying? I don't know. I guess so. It begs the question of that. I don't think so. I don't think many Americans, actually, I know many Americans would not say so. Because Trump not only won the election, he won the popular vote. I would say mostly on foreign policy. I mean, that's a big thing he ran on. So, I don't know. I don't agree with Tucker on this one, but, there's a lot of things I don't agree with Tucker on. Well, thank you so much for watching American Honey. I'll see you next Friday.